everyone, I'm Jay.
And I'm Sean.
And we watch movies.
Yes, we do.
And we've been watching quite a lot because we are covering the Planet in Focus Film Festival. So this is a yearly festival that usually takes place in Toronto. They are still located in Toronto, but we are watching from home this year.
You've done this a number of years.
Yes, we have. It's very an enjoyable festival. It is an international environmental film festival. So it wants to, through our common love of film, challenge us about the world we live in and the earth we live on. So I have quite a few movies that I've already seen from this film festival, but it is ongoing right now, so you could buy a ticket, buy a pass. I think their passes are cheap, like $30, and watch these movies in the comfort of your own home.
Sounds good.
So their opening night film was The New Corporation, the unfortunately necessary sequel. I didn't watch this one at the Planet in Focus Film Festival. I watched this one at the Toronto International Film Festival last month. So I didn't watch it again. You may have seen the first in the series, just The Corporation.
I didn't.
Okay. Or read the book?
No.
No, not this guy.
Not this guy.
I've done all of the above. The corporation, and as the new corporation will tell you. I mean, it opens in the first 5 minutes of the film. You're going to hear words that made me steam. I don't know how you'll feel about marketized, financialized, economization, but I feel like somebody's going out of their way, yes, to end all of these words in a way that makes me want to punch people in the face. I guess they're trying to impress us with their university educations.
I don't think they teach these words at university.
No, they don't. But that's where they make them up, I think. So once they've established themselves as pretty much infallible sources, they then take a little break just to pat themselves on the back for the enormous success of their first film, The Corporation. You may have heard of it. They called corporations psychopaths. So I know you know, nobody has to tell you this, but corporations basically have the same rights as people.
They are legally a person.
Which is nuts.
Yeah.
So therefore it's not nuts to also diagnose them. Yeah. And they diagnosed them psychopaths. And they're not wrong because they have no feelings. They don't care about anyone else. They're super, super selfish and they only act in their best interests. So yeah, they did that and they feel like this was a cultural phenomenon and a touchstone, a milestone in our culture.
Of diagnosing the corporation?
Yes, and they've just changed the landscape by doing that.
Oh.
You may have noticed.
So was that in the corporation?
In the first one,
okay.
Yeah. But they take time out in the sequel to just say, weren't we great with that first movie? First of all, we told you we were smart. Second of all, we've done this to much success. Here's the new premise, and hold on to your horses, Sean, because it's going to shock you right off your wagon. Do you know that corporations want to make money?
Yes, I did. That's the whole reason that a corporation exists.
So much that they're not our friends.
I also knew that.
Okay, well, these people are treating it like it's news to all of us, so try to act surprised.
I hope it's not news to any of us.
So Jennifer Abbott and Joel Bakan are the duo who are directing this. And I felt this documentary was quite a bit smug. I felt like they were really talking down to us and holding our hands a lot. And I was just like, did anyone need to be warned that corporations are not our friends?
I feel like occasionally I run into someone who doesn't
get it. But are they going to be watching this? Maybe
probably not. No.
I did appreciate the overall theme of this movie in that I agree with it, and I have been pointing this out for many years. But they believe that after they called corporations psychopaths, and we all got really, into the whole, wow, maybe they're not our friends thing, corporations had to sort of rebrand themselves as a little more nice. And so they have been appealing to our social consciousness by appearing to be so themselves. So this is obviously, it's all over the place. Corporations love to tie themselves to Breast Cancer Month. Everything goes pink. And a sliver of a tiny portion of a fraction of the proceeds of the sales of this.
Right. Don't actually think you're helping breast cancer when you buy one of these products.
You're absolutely not. You're helping the corporations, because that's what this is all about. So you can think of any number of companies who are appealing to you and telling you how concerned they are. Like Dove. We have all been taken in by these commercials with different sized bodies, and everyone is beautiful. And yet they are selling you, they are marketing you their potions and creams and lotions and makeup to hide your flaws, to change your outer self, to be more beautiful. So the message, the words we're hearing is everybody is beautiful. But what they're really telling us is everybody needs work. Right. And you should spend money on us to help you cover up your hideous, hideous flaws. Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Hotels. Sean knows I go on about this all the time. Hotels stopped washing our sheets 5 years ago, I want to say.
Yeah.
Stopped washing your sheets. If you really want them, then you have to put a special thing on the bed, but they're only going to change them every 3 days or something now.
Yep, that's right. And they won't change your towels every day. They'll only change them if you throw them in a special place.
That's right. That changes every day you visit.
Yeah.
Which is fine, because I don't change my sheets every day, and I don't even change my towel every day. I conserve those things at home. Do I conserve them because I want to save the environment? Sure. Also, I'm super lazy and I don't have a maid. Why is the hotel doing it? Because it saves a lot of time and a lot of money.
Sure does. They don't even have to clean the room.
90%, of cleaning your room is the bed. Now they're not even going to touch it with gloves on. The towel, and then the laundry room downstairs has its own staff running 24/7. And guess what? They got to lay people off because of this doing good for the environment initiative. But they get to put a little green leaf next to their name and let everybody know how much they love the environment, when really they love more profits. Not super exciting breaking news, and yet we don't always question the message as much as we should, right?
Right.
Apple, right now, you may have noticed, has a huge push to get out and vote, guys. Get out and vote. We just care about democracy. We want everyone to vote. We have more money than the U.S. Treasury, and we have finagled things so we pay less than 2% in tax. How much do we pay?
Roughly 50 when you take into account all of sales tax and property tax and
school tax.
Yep. There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of taxes. Apple makes a lot of money, guys. A lot of money.
More than me.
Slightly. I don't want to shame you on YouTube, Sean. They make a lot of money. They pay next to nothing in taxes, but they want you to vote. You know why? Because it makes them look good.
Yeah.
They don't care who wins, because they've already bought Washington on both sides of the fence.
That absolutely.
Doesn't matter.
Excellent point.
Their asses are covered. But hey, get out and vote. We care.
They care.
Super patriotic. Apple won't pay taxes. But, vote.
Yeah.
Vote.
Vote. Or don't vote if you're in China.
Or... Well, obviously.
Yeah, there's a different message from Apple corporate in that
for
country.
Sure, and that's why they're there.
Yeah.
So yes, corporate responsibility is a marketing ploy. Corporations love money. They do everything they can to avoid paying taxes. And some sequels are just annoying cash grabs.
Damn.
So here's one that I do recommend. Conscience Point. So that is actually the name of a place where, here's another lesson we're teaching people. Did you know that white people love to steal land?
Yes.
I'm glad you did.
That is what white culture is essentially based on.
Everywhere we are. That's right. We stole it from someone. We like to say we discovered things, but if I discover a $20 bill in your wallet, I'm stealing it.
Yeah.
Is what I'm doing.
Yeah. That's
not real discovery if it was already yours.
Unless you make a law that says so.
That's right. So anyways, just imagine these poor indigenous peoples in North America we'll talk about, because we've definitely come here and pushed them out, elbowed them into the tiny corners that we don't care for. And then asked them to be like super friendly and nice to us, because I know we've been your oppressors for generations and it's probably a little bit touchy, but forget about it. Let's all just sweep that under the rug.
Yeah.
So,
bygones be bygones.
That's right. In order to show our goodwill, we're going to lease back to you a sliver of some land that we stole.
That we didn't really want.
That's right. It's useless to us, but you're welcome. So this is what happened to the Shinnecock Indians. They got a lease for 1,000 years of 3,000 acres, which is less the size of your average Texas ranch, but, you know, more than adequate for these people. Until, the white people are like, oh no, why did we do that? And why did we go with 1,000 years leasing people back their own land? Because that turned out to be land we did want. We thought it was crappy
we changed
land.
our mind.
But it's the Hamptons, and it turns out we really want a vacation there.
I think there's an offensive term that's related to that.
What were you thinking? What were you thinking? Okay, so here's the thing. First, they steal land to build the train that is going to go from Manhattan to Montauk and take all the people out. Then the 1% of the 1% just come in and demolish everything. So they're building huge mansions out here. The property taxes skyrocket to such a level that the normal people can't afford to even live in their paid off houses. They can't do it. The population of the town quadruples in the summer when all these people come here. And the poor Shinnecock Indians have golf courses built on their ancestral burial lands. And then those golf courses name themselves after the Shinnecock.
Oh, sure.
And put a super offensive chief logo on the front of it.
That's really the only logos we know.
Yes. So this is a nice documentary by Treva Wormfold. I really liked it. She really gets in there with the protests because the U.S. Open is going to be there. And so they think, hey, let's get some national attention for our plight.
Sure.
And let me tell you, those golfers really cared.
Oh, I'm sure.
How about Smog Town? Sean, you watched this one with me by another female director. You may notice female directors on all of these movies. Good for you, Planet in Focus. Meng Han. So she is bringing us to Langfang, China, one of the most polluted cities in China, and that's saying something.
That is saying something.
That is saying something. So we are in the office of, all of these are documentaries. We're in the office of the Environmental Protection Office. And you have to try your best to say that with a straight face in China. But these are real people with a real job to do. And not a lot of resources to do it.
No.
But we see how much stress is put on these people to try to bring down the pollution levels in their city, because the government is pitting them against each other, and there's a lot of shame involved that they are really feeling.
Yes,
right?
People are crying.
Yes.
While asking people to try harder.
Please stop polluting.
Yeah.
But they're asking really everyday people, because they're not allowed to go to the big businesses who are the real polluters here. So they're just on an individual level begging people to stop.
Finding someone who runs a spray painting business. And then
out of their garage.
He's they tell him that he needs a permit. Yeah. So he goes to try and get a permit. Permit doesn't exist unless he becomes a big business.
Yeah, that's right. So this is definitely a film about environmental pollution and who the polluters are, but it's also a film about bureaucracy and how crazy it is and how futile.
Yeah.
So it's really a twice the entertainment, twice the craziness for your money, and it's a really good one. I liked it. Then The Magnitude of All Things. By Jennifer Abbott, a name you may recognize from The New Corporation. That's right, same lady, Canadian. This is a very different documentary. This is about the environment, but it's a, I was gonna say, it's a permit. It gives you a permit. It gives you permission to grieve for all of the losses that our land is sustaining. And I thought it was an interesting take on environmentalism because there are lots of documentaries that tell you what the problem is and what the solutions are and how much time we have left. And this one is just like saying, let's cry and let's be sad and let's give a eulogy to the tree or to the Amazon or to land that is drying up and crops that are not producing. And so it's really just like a meditation and a very mournful one, actually. So I thought that was kind of a new kind of documentary, a sad turn of events where I don't want to say it's hopeless. It is still hopeful. And I think that's why you mourn things, because you miss them. And so maybe that's incentive. But it is disheartening to see that this is where where we've landed.
But probably more accurate than a lot of documentaries.
Maybe so.
Giving hope to us is questionable at this particular point in time.
Well, we need a huge overhaul, not just giving up straws. So this is the Planet in Focus Film Festival. It's a really cool film festival. They have great movies, lots of stellar programming, talks and stuff. So check it out at planetinfocus.org. The movies are ongoing. There's way more titles than this. There is something for everyone. So have fun watching.
Unless you're an evil corporation.
Well, they're taking notes. Like, oh, they're on to us. Change tack.
That's right. Rebrand.
Go back to the psychopath.
Synergize.
Oh, jeez. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.